After we celebrated Halloween in Agios Nikolaos, we left the marina and anchored one night in the Bay of Spinalonga. The fortress that has been built by the Venetians was used in the beginning of the 20th century as a leprosis station. Until the 1950s, people with leprosis from all over Crete have been relegated to Spinalonga. For most of them, this meant a life sentence in isolation on the island, a few hundred meters offshore of Crete.
Next morning, we left the bay and headed further eastwards. Summer is gone and we have to get used to wear jackets and pants on the boat. This is really not what I was promised when leaving Germany. Still, sailing can be beautiful on a day like this with a calm sea and a nice breeze from the back.
We arrived in the Gulf of Sitia when the sky opened up and we prepared to dock in the cozy port of Sitia. We arrived in the Gulf of Sitia when the sky opened up and we prepared to dock in the cozy city port. Sitia, being located in the most eastern gulf of the north shore of Crete, is an important agricultural center of the island and famous for its olive oil. As the season is more or less over, we meet less and less other sailors, so we are pretty excited to see 2 other sailboats in the harbor. We've arrived to Sitia a few days ago and explored the city. So far it is a quite cozy town. Apart from that, we have also met the other sailors that are docked here on the pier. One of them is Louis from Canada. Louis has an olive grove here, and when he came on board we had a drink together and he brought us a gift, which was a bottle of olive oil. So as we were talking back and forth, he was speaking about how olive oil is produced and that his special brand has very low acidity, yes, it's acidity, and a very high level of polyphenol, which apparently is one of the most important ingredients of olive oil, which makes it very special. So basically we've asked him if he would mind if we are going to help him one day during the olive harvest. And he said, well, why not? You be my guest, be invited. So what are we doing tomorrow? We're going to his olive grove and check how olives are collected and farmed, more or less. So we want to learn how the entire process is going, and we'll see what's going on there. So see us later when we are in the olive grove.
We arrived early in the morning and it promised to be a beautiful and sunny day. Louis showed us his land, and after a brief introduction we began with the work. My task was to help placing the nets below the trees in which the olives would fall when they are chipped off the branches. The tree trunks also had to be covered so that no olives would get wasted. Once the nets were prepared, special machines were used to knock the olives from the branches. It is an exhausting work and it requires experience not to damage sensitive branches and only to nape the olive.
The nets are being collected and the harvested olives needed to be separated from the leaves. This is done with the help of a sieve that is mounted on a small walking behind tractor, which everybody named the donkey. At the end of the day we were pretty exhausted from this work we were not really used to, and we were happy to be home in the evening. A few days later we again had a day with Louis and we went to the olive mill to see how the oil is being pressed out of the olives. The first step is to remove all the leaves, dirt and small rocks from the olives. This is done with the help of a blower and a washing belt. The cleaned olives are grounded in the mill for about 30 minutes in big tumblers. Afterwards, the oil is separated from the water with the help of powerful centrifuges, and it's time for the first quality check.
It is an organic production, so it's absolutely healthy oil. After the boss checks the product, I tried a glass of it. The raw oil already had a pretty good and strong taste. Louis explained how the acidity, another important indicator for the quality, is measured. He was pretty happy about the low acidity and the good quality of this season's production. In the last step, the oil sits for about 3 months in big tanks without contact to air to separate the suspended sediments and filter the pure oil before it's being sold and consumed. It was a very interesting experience to see this all, so thank you Louis for this opportunity. See us next time how we spent a sailing day with our new friend Antonius, whom we have also met in Sitia.